Hi guys, so I know I haven't filmed in ages. I had a bit of a hectic third year at uni, but now I'm finished and I thought I'd do a video on my makes that I've done recently. I had my last exam on the 8th of August, not the 8th of August, sometime near there. And then I've been sewing pretty much every day since then. Yeah, so I thought I'd show you some of my makes. So let's get straight into it. So I thought I'd do the summer items first. A lot of these I wore on holiday. I went away to Vienna with my best friend Ashu. So yeah, I'll show you some of the things I made. The first thing I made was actually made out of a shirt. I had a men's, I think it was like quite a large size shirt, and this is actually inspired by Cooliper. I'm not sure how you say it, but yeah, she's on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below, and I watch a lot of her videos and this was inspired by her. So from the top half of the shirt I made this little crop top with off the shoulder sleeves. I'll actually add a little snippet of me on holiday in this outfit here so you can see what it looks like on. So yeah, it's I used a basic bodice pattern from a dress I've got. So it's got 2 seams down the front, 2 seams down the back. Got the buttons used obviously from the shirt. I used the buttons to do up, and then I cut off the sleeves just above where the placket bit finishes and added elastic, so they just sit right here just on the shoulders. So yeah, I really like that. And then to go with that I made a little skirt out of the bottom of the shirt. So of course it's still got the buttons down the centre from the shirt. Added an extra one on the waistband, which I found like a button that was closely matched to the other ones. I couldn't find an identical one, but from a distance it doesn't look any different. So I added 4 box pleats, 2 on the front and 2 on the back. Yeah, so that was pretty simple. I basically measured round the top of the shirt that I cut off. I cut it basically just below the arms, and then I worked out how much extra fabric I have to my waist. So my waist is 26 inches, so then I worked out I could do 4 of these big box pleats. So yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. I might actually add an extra button down or buttonhole, because there's actually a button but no buttonhole and it was a bit kind of gapey. But yes, I'm really pleased with that. So it's a really cute summer 2-piece. I also made another 2-piece for my holiday out of this striped kind of cotton shirting fabric almost. I'd seen a lot of kind of 2-pieces with stripes and stuff on Pinterest and stuff, and I was really liking them, so I thought I'd make my own for my holiday. So instead of the 2 darts at the front I actually did pleats, which I thought looked really cute, and so I made it so that they sit like where the stripes are. And then it's got a zip at the side. I just used like a basic short pattern for these, and then just 2 darts at the back and then like a inch wide waistband. And then to go with that I made this tie top, which is a bit difficult to hold up, but it's got 2 ties that kind of tie just here at your waist, little cap sleeves, yeah, and then I did actually end up putting a dart at the back because it kind of gaped at the neck. I used like a basic bodice pattern for this and then I just tweaked it. It ended up being a bit low cut, so I added, I don't know if you can see that, like a panel of extra, and it ended up still being quite cleavagey even though I've not got much cleavage. So I wore like a bandeau, like a blue bandeau underneath it. I'll try and add a picture in here if I've got one from my holiday. And then I just faced the ties so they were really nice and finished off. So yeah, I was really pleased with that, considering I basically made it from scratch and didn't really know what I was doing. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. I also made a little crop top out of the same fabric I've made a dress out of recently for my friend's birthday. It doesn't really show up on here, it's a lot brighter than that, it kind of, the camera's making it look a bit duller. So yeah, I made this crop top from a basic bodice pattern, actually the same one I used for the shirt top, but I just added little straps and made it like a v-neck, and then at the front I added these little pearl buttons and little loops of ribbon, which I hand sewed on these little loops and buttons. And then yeah, so this is kind of like the top of a dress. I'm actually going to do a video on my favourite sewing books, and this book that I got this from is in there. It's called Gertie's Ultimate Sewing Book, I think, and this is like the strapless bodice pattern, which I added straps to, and then I just used bias binding to do the bottom, just to give it a really clean finish. So that is most of the summery stuff I made. I also made a couple of wintry bits because obviously we are getting into autumn now, and I am definitely more of an autumn girl than a summer girl. So I made a few bits to get ready for autumn and winter. The first thing I made was this A-line skirt in this blue tartan, and I believe I got this tartan when I went to Leeds, away for a few days at the market. I got this, oh it's a bit creased, sorry. I got this at the market, it was like a remnant for literally like £2 or something. I got this and I managed to make a whole skirt out of it, so I'm really pleased. It's got a zip at the side, just like that. Oh, it's a bit stiff. Yeah, just a zip at the side. It's got yokes at the front, so the front one goes into like a V, and then there's a seam down the front, and then the back yoke is just kind of curved. And yeah, so this is the kind of first thing I've made like this that's like a more structured skirt. It's like this bit is interfaced, and it's got like a facing for the yoke on the inside. I didn't realise when I was making it, then I read when I was reading the instructions, this is like slightly gathered into the yoke, which to be fair, when it's on you can't really notice, but it has got like a slight, can you see, like there's like a slight gather along there, which I'm not particularly keen on. But so if I make it again, I might actually not ease it into the yoke and just adapt the pieces to make it different. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and yes, so I used a A-line pattern for that, and I think it was a vintage one. And the next thing I made is this pinafore dress thing out of this green and black kind of houndstooth. I didn't actually really like this fabric in the end. I really love the print. I think it's so nice. I really like this green. It's like one of my favourite greens to wear. But the fabric is kind of like, I think it's polyester, and it's really difficult to iron. I've ironed it and pressed it, and I've tried to sew like the facing to the seam allowance to try and get it to lay flat, but it still kind of looks a bit kind of puffy, and it doesn't sit flat on the like the edges and stuff. But I'm still really pleased with it. I used another vintage sewing pattern for this one, so it's just got 2 darts on the front and 2 darts on the back, and then a zip. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this for autumn, and I like to wear it kind of with like a roll neck black top, or like a little turtleneck kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. The last thing I made for myself, which I haven't quite actually finished yet, it's still got the threads of the top stitching. I need to sew those in. But I made this tartan skirt, which I got a size, I think it was a size 14 skirt from a charity shop that was literally like a kilt kind of skirt. It was completely straight. It was basically wrapped round and then elasticated at the back. So I just took the elastic out, undid any stitching. It was basically one big piece of fabric, which was really good for me. And I made this pleated skirt out of it, which I've top stitched. And I just need to finish off the top stitching. And then I've got a zip down the side, and I'm going to put a popper on the waistband here. So yeah, I just did 26-inch size pleats because that's the size of my waist, and then I added a thick waistband, and yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. And then the last thing I made is actually something I made for my mum. It is this dress that I made her from a fabric we got from John Lewis a while ago. Yeah, so she picked this fabric out for me to make a dress for her. Bless her, she's waiting for ages, and then there wasn't enough fabric for the facing, so I used this really cool just blue cotton, which I had from a previous project, to line it with, and I thought it looked really cool, having the pop of colour just to see if you, when you put it on, like you don't really see it when she's wearing it, but I thought it'd be fun for her. Yeah, so this is a princess seam bodice with a side pleated skirt. This is from the Gertie's Ultimate dressmaking book. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that in one of my next videos. So yeah, it's just got a zip down the back, which I did in like a dark blue so it matches the print on it, and it's got this really, really pretty circular print, which you'd think you wouldn't need to worry about the print, but actually, because obviously it's like got lines in it, I had to make sure that it was straight and there is like a line going down the middle. But yeah, she's really pleased with it. She wore it to school the other day because she's a teacher and got a lot of compliments on it, so I think it's really nice when she gets to say, yeah, my daughter made it for me. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this, and I will be making some more things for my mum in the future and be doing some more makes videos. So yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. I thought this would be a more fun way of showing you what I've made in the past few months, because I do find it quite difficult doing these tutorials. I always forget to film stuff and I just get carried away with my sewing. And especially in the last few months, I haven't sewn properly for ages because of third year at university. So yeah, I've been getting really back into sewing and stuff. So I will do like a September makes video, and then I might do them monthly depending on how many things I've made. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!